saw out of Cooper, Max?
He was great. Cooper did an incredible job for us. He's been doing this for us since training camp. It started in Vancouver. You got to see the defensive side, you got to see the playmaking, and then the scoring ability. So I thought, again, he was really, really good tonight.
I know it was just one half, but 5 assists from D'Lo. We know he's a veteran in this league, but is that kind of the role that you see him, I guess, using on his team just to facilitate?
Yeah, I thought he did a great job finding guys. I thought his defense was really good. Again, tonight at the individual, Oklahoma City puts a lot of pressure on you on the one-on-ones, and I thought he did a really good job defensively. And then keeping that group, that first half, the guys, the ball moving, and him being able to find guys. I thought D'Lo did a really good job.
You talked about pushing the pace earlier today. What did you see out of Max Christie tonight? He seemed to do that for you guys.
Yeah, he was great. Christie's, you can tell he's in shape and ready to go. I thought the cutting, his ability to be aggressive there in the second, to be able to get to the free throw line. We talked about that's the most important shot for us is the free throw line. And I thought he got us going there early. I think in the first half we were 18 for 18 for the free throw line. But I thought Christie's pace and again his defense was really good. And it's good to see he's in shape and he's ready to go.
Coach, when you have so much size on the floor, teams might choose to shoot a ton of three-pointers against you. What is your plan to kind of combat that against other teams?
Yeah, Oklahoma I think shot over 50 last night, and they're going to do that. They did that tonight. We got to be better. We got to contest. I thought we gave up a lot of easy ones, but we have to rebound the ball, and we can't let them get second or third opportunities at the threes. So we believe a lot of teams are going to try to drive and kick us and shoot a lot of threes, but we got to do better. But I thought for the first time out, we did a really good job.
Coach, as a former player from your days of being with the Mavericks and being here in Fort Worth and Cowtown, how pleased were what you were doing for our sister city?
Yeah, I love the support that Fort Worth has given us. I think it was a sellout tonight, and so for that type of turnout for a preseason game is great. So to have that support, I think we were here in '94, so it's been too long. So I think we should try to make a stop sooner than we were last time. So again, beautiful arena here at Dickies, and so again, the support tonight from the fans was awesome.
Jason, you had to like what you saw of Dwight Powell. Does he continue to show you that he's got plenty left in the tank?
Yeah, again, that group came in. Dwight was a monster on the boards, giving us second and third opportunities, and then his ability to finish. But I just love his energy. His energy was contagious tonight. We talked about the energy just staying high for 48 minutes, and I thought the group did that. The group that ended the game, I thought, did a really good job because they were on a run, and we got 4 stops there and capitalized on that 4 stops. But DP was really good tonight.
Coach, more an overarching question, but throughout your entire tenure, end of last season aside with the Mavs, you've catered an offense, you've catered a team primarily around one player. How exciting is this season for you as a coach to maybe bring on a different style of basketball, coach a different style of basketball?
Yeah, I think in this league or any league, as a coach, you got to be able to pivot with the roster that you have. And this is a different roster than I've had in the past. And I thought you guys got to see it displayed tonight where the pace was high, multiple guys touched it, but again, when you have players that I've had in the past, you play to their strengths, and this team is different than what we've had here in the past. So to be able to be big and be able to play with that type of pace is hopefully to our advantage.
Coach Kidd, one thing that you really emphasized during Summer League is Cooper handled the ball a ton. He might not have handled it as much tonight, but he seemed to be making the right reads. He was making some nice passes. What do you think overall of Cooper's playmaking and ability to handle some tough on-ball defense and still make the right read?
Yeah, I thought, again, that's going to be one of our strengths is being able to have him handle the ball, be able to make reads, run the pick and roll. I thought he did a great job of finding guys. He found PJ for an and one, and then also being able to play off the dribble and shoot the 3. So, for an 18-year-old, it's kind of special and kind of fun to watch his ability to handle the ball in those situations, and he's only going to get better.
Hey Max, when when you have two bigs out there, like you did tonight for a long stretch there, what's it do for you on the perimeter as a guard or as a wing player?
Yeah, defensively, it makes our lives a lot easier for sure. You got two big, really when everybody's healthy, you got AD, Gaff, Lively, and DP who are all big bodies, and some of the best shot blockers in the NBA. Gives you a lot of freedom to be a lot more aggressive on the perimeter. And so I know us as guards and us as a team set a goal to be one of the best defensive teams in the league. Top 3, top 2, top 1 would be ideal. So starts with us guards for sure, but knowing that we got a little bit of help behind us makes our lives a lot easier.
Max, a little while ago, Coach Kidd was in here, and one thing he spoke about, he was asked about you pushing the pace. He complimented how you came into this offseason. You came in shape, and he complimented just how you push the pace and the shape that you're in. Could you dive in a little bit to your offseason training regimen? And is on ball, you having the ball in your hands and your conditioning something you worked super hard on?
Yeah, I knew this offseason was going to be important. I think every offseason is the biggest offseason of anybody's career. So for me, I just took it very seriously, obviously, and trying to get better every single year, right? And so I feel off the ball, I feel like I'm pretty solid being able to play off of guys. And I wanted this summer to kind of take a leap with my on-ball stuff, with playmaking and creating and whatnot, and being able to push the pace, like you said. And then obviously being in shape is always important for anybody, especially me, where I want to be a top defender, but I also want to be able to cut and shoot threes and whatnot. I think you need to be in elite shape, and I think if you are in shape, that helps you in that area for sure. So for me, trying to pick up full court and then obviously running the floor as much as I can helps me get layups and whatnot, and being in shape to shoot threes when you're tired and so on. So those are all important for a summer for me.
Talk about your offensive aggression. You got to the line 6 times. Like you said, you pushed the pace. How are you able to be so effective offensively tonight?
Well, I think the biggest thing was cutting for me. I think D'Lo and I have a pretty good connection, in transition, especially when I'm cutting. And so, but even when I do have the ball, I'm always looking to be aggressive. And in transition, like you said, when I push the pace, I'm trying to find those seams, and being able to get to the line is, I think the free throw is the most efficient shot in the NBA, obviously, because nobody's guarding you and it's a free throw. So the more I can get to the line, the better, especially for me as a shooter, being able to see the ball go through the net early. And then being a threat always, even when I don't have the ball, being able to cut and being able to put pressure on defenses at the rim.
Max, what did you make of Cooper's preseason debut, and which part of his game particularly stood out to you?
You said Cooper's? I think he eased into the game really well, but you could just tell that his passing was really good, and I think he handled pressure really well. I thought they tried to pressure him a little bit, but he seemed like he belonged, as we all know, and he kind of filled up the stat sheet and did everything, from scoring to rebounding to passing and whatnot. And so he had a great block as the low man to start the game as well. That was really good to see. He's picking up on concepts really early, which is always good for a young guy, and he just did everything at a very high level. And for his first game, obviously he's going to be the most uncomfortable he's been in his first game probably all season long. So it's only going to get better. So he looked good.
Max, with just the new identity of the Mavs when you and Davis arrived, has been all about defense. Nico's talked about it all offseason. The media's been talking about just y'all's defense. What do you think overall of how great y'all's defense can be in that locker room? Do y'all believe that y'all can be the best defense in the NBA?
Yeah, well, we set that goal for sure at the beginning of training camp. We said we want to be the best defensive team in the league, at least top 3 at worst. And so we definitely have the personnel to do it. We got a lot of guys, let alone, bigs at the rim, obviously. We got a lot of shot blocking. And then if we can, put pressure on the perimeter as guards, create deflections, create steals, I think that'll, obviously fuel our offense. I think offensively, on paper, we've got a lot of great firepower as well. You got one of the best shooters ever with Clay, and D'Lo's a great facilitator. AD is AD. Cooper's going to give us a punch. And we got guys that are really, really good on both ends of the floor. And so we want to be able to use that to our advantage, being able to create turnovers and then create easy baskets for us. I think we'll win a lot of games if we can do that.
Collectively, just what are some things you can maybe take from this game going into the rest of training camp and preseason?
Yeah, I think it's the first game, so we really just wanted to get some game film. Obviously, that's really always the goal of the first game. Everybody came out healthy, which is always a plus, especially in this league. Being healthy and availability is the best ability, so that's a plus for us. But for us, just having film to be able to go look at tomorrow or the next day as a team of game film against another team, the defending champs, obviously regardless of who plays, their identity won them a championship. And so for us to get a win like that tonight is good for our confidence. It's a great start for us. And going into practices and the rest of the preseason, we're just going to continue to try and build off of it.
Cooper, I know you only played 14 minutes tonight, but how much fun did you have out there tonight? Could you talk about that block you had early in the game?
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun. This is a great team. We got a lot of really good guys, a lot of great players, but I thought we just played together really well, and that's a fun brand of basketball to play. And the ball's moving around, everybody has each other back, so it was fun. Yeah, I mean, just, we've been working on rotations defensively and different things like that, so just, being the low man, rotating over and having my guys back.
Scored 10 points in the final few minutes of the second quarter. Could you just talk about that stint right there, and then what were you looking for offensively early to start the game?
Early in the game, throughout the game, whenever I was in there, just taking whatever the defense gives me, just keeping it simple, making the right play, whether it's a pass, shot, whatever it is. So just early on, it was, dumbing down, hitting the bigs a couple of times, late on, coming off the screens, shooting it. So it's just whatever the defense is going to give me.
Cooper, I would assume that you haven't gotten a chance to play with two bigs in your basketball career, even going back to high school and college. What's that do for your game to be able to play with two bigs out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting. It's a different, style of basketball that obviously, like you said, I haven't played with before, but it just allows me to expand my game, play on the perimeter a lot, and kind of just help the fluidity. I mean, with AD, me, we both can play a guard position and just play that positionless basketball. So it's not really like playing with two bigs. But just having that size, it really plays into our advantage defensively.
I think both the threes you knocked down were off pick and roll as a ball handler. How much have you played pick and roll, with the ball in your hands, and how much more comfortable are you getting as you're doing that more here?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that we worked a lot on this summer. Like I said earlier today, just being comfortable expanding the floor, using the space that this bigger court gives you, and just utilizing that to my advantage, and just being comfortable coming off those pick and rolls, being ready to knock down open shots.
Cool. First off, season started officially. Safe to say you're not going to be any Grant Horvat videos anytime soon?
Grant Horvat videos? No, probably not. I don't think I'm good enough for that yet. Maybe someday.
Yeah, in all seriousness, season's officially begun. You've been through a lot of basketball seasons throughout your career, but how has this one just been different? Is there any more excitement given that it's it's finally the big leagues?
Yeah, there's definitely that excitement. It's definitely different as well. I mean, kind of timeline-wise, comparing it to last year, just around this time, I would have been 2.5, 3 months of everyday practices with the team, going hard every single day, putting in offense, defense. We've only had 2 weeks maybe, so it's just a different feeling of just coming together at the right time, and we'll figure it out as we get going here.
Cooper, in Summer League, you handled the ball a ton. In your opening press conference, Coach Kidd just preached about you playing point guard. And you handled the ball a decent amount tonight, and I feel like you handled Oklahoma City's pressure pretty well. Could you talk a little bit about just how you handled the pressure on the ball and you just being able to make the read even when the defense is super tight, and what you think that can do for your teammates moving forward?
Yeah, I think it just relieves a lot of pressure off of our guards. I mean, it's something that we've been talking about in practice and whatnot, and D'Lo, stressed to me is that I got to know every position through the plays and whatever actions we're running, just to make it easy on each other. If he's getting picked up 94 feet every play, it's not smart, it's not practical for him to try and bring it up versus that pressure every time. Where if I can just get it and bring it up versus somebody that's not going to pick me up full court, it's easier to bring it up. Then that's what we should do. So it's just about relieving the pressure off each other and just have each other's back and just working together in that sort of way.
With you and D'Lo getting to potentially play together a decent amount if y'all share the floor a ton, could you talk a little bit about what you think of y'all's connection so far? And you said that he shared some advice with you. So what has he been like in practice and giving you advice as one of the vets of the team?
Yeah, I mean, he's been an incredible influence so far. Just setting the tone at a really high level ever since he's come in and been around. He's just been setting examples and just being a real role model. Just playing really hard and just playing really smart as well. he sees the game at a different level, and so I think I can just learn a lot from him and the way he's able to kind of pick apart defenses and just use his vision to our advantage, and I'll learn a lot from that.